There they are. Hi, Alina. How's it going? Doing good. Nice to see ya. And there he is. Hi, Isaiah. Nice to see you, buddy. Can I get a high five? All right. Thanks, Isaiah. All right. So I'm happy to see the both of you again. So, Alina, the reason why I have you here is because I have developed a sensory diet for Isaiah. The reason why I did that is because I know Isaiah has some of the stuff that he struggles with on his day to day tasks. But I developed this so that you can kind of follow it, and so I have this sheet for you. We're gonna follow it, and you're gonna actually take this home with you, so you and your husband can try to implement some of these stuff for Isaiah during these activities. Okay, so please let me know if you have any questions at all, Alina. But right now I'm gonna go jump right in. So the first thing we're gonna tackle here is we're gonna talk about mealtime with Isaiah. So I know this includes breakfast, lunch, snack time, dinner. I know he has his limited diet and he has his preferred foods of crunchy, dry, but doesn't like his mixed textures. So last time when we met for our intervention, I know we got to play with the messy foods, but I wanted to introduce some different techniques that you can incorporate with along with that activity. So one of the things you can do here is kind of doing like a kissing and licking action, and what that is pretty much exactly what it is. You can literally grab the food and have him kiss it a few times just to be exposed to it, just to get a feel for it. And then you can even, if he's willing to try it, you can even have him do a lick just to get a little taste, but he's not actually chewing and swallowing, just to get a little bit feel for it, okay? But in addition to that, have you ever seen this brush before, the nut brush? You haven't? Okay, so I wanted to explain to you exactly what this is. So this pretty much can help stimulate Isaiah's mouth in a way that you can kind of help him ingest some of these new foods. So the way that you're going to do this is you're going to actually kind of use it like a toothbrush in a way. Like you can kind of use it to put it against your teeth, but you can either easily put it on his lips, you can brush it along the cheeks on both sides, and then you can even put it on his tongue just to go little light strokes here. So I know it has a little texture, so it might feel good for him. You might like it. You can also even put it on the sides just to kind of help him move his tongue side to side, okay? In addition to that, Alina, one of the things you can do is remember that weighted blanket you mentioned that kind of kept him calm. You can also include that by putting it on his lap during those meals so that he might feel a little bit more at ease. Or if not, you can even maybe have like a weighted stuffed animal so that he can actually pick it up and lift it, kind of get distracted. But any questions with that, Alina? Nothing at all? Okay, so we're gonna go move on here. We're gonna go to our self-care activities. So I know this includes like things such as getting a haircut or getting his nails trimmed. I know that he's not very good too with getting his bath. So one of the things I wanted to show you too was the brushing technique and the joint squeezes or the joint compressions. I know we did this in our intervention, but I wanted to teach you just so that you and your husband can also do this for Isaiah at home prior to these self-care activities, okay? So I got our brush here and I'm gonna just do it very quickly. So Isaiah, can you come on over here? Ooh, thank you, buddy. Oh, you can go watch that movie right over there. So while he's kind of being distracted, you can easily use this brush and then we're gonna go make sure to bend the bristles. So you're gonna put enough pressure there so that it brushes down and it's bending, but it's not going to hurt him at all. But you make sure you go down. Don't lift the brush. You're going to go down, up, and then you're going to go to the arms 2 times, up and down, under the arms, and you'll go to the other side, and then you'll go all the way down to the leg, and then the other leg. When you do this activity, good job, thank you, Isaiah. When you do this activity, you want to make sure to get his fingers too, because that's kind of how he explores the world, and you want to make sure that he doesn't have that sensitive touch, okay? And so in addition to that, right after following that brushing technique, we're going to do our joint compression, or you can even kind of have a name like a squishies for him, so that may be fun. Do you like squishies, Isaiah? Yeah, you remember the squishies? So, remember we did this one here where we're going to kind of align his joints right here, and we're going to go kind of push them together, squeeze and let go, squeeze and let go. So you can do it maybe about 10 of these. Does that feel okay, Isaiah? Very cool. All right, so you can do that. You can do his wrist, his elbow, his shoulder. You can perform this with many of his joints to kind of help give him that exposure so that he can perform these self-care activities a little bit easier. Another thing that you can do here is you can have him take breaks. Sometimes doing these things might be overly stimulating, so sometimes you need to kind of give him a break. You can give him a crunchy snack that he prefers, or you can even do like a sensory chew toy. Sometimes that can kind of help make him feel more calm and less anxious. And one thing you can also do during these activities, you give them a really big hug, nice squeeze, nice hug. You like those hugs, Isaiah? Those are always good to kind of help calm him down, okay? The next thing that we're gonna go over here, we're gonna go bedtime. I know I know this was a big concern here for him. I know he has trouble sustaining that sleep. I know we went over some of those techniques. One thing you can do with that weighted blanket, you can have him tucked in with that actual blanket. So you can make sure that you push that blanket right under his body so he can kind of stay there and he can feel at ease, and hopefully he can stay asleep throughout the night like that. And if not, you can also add, kind of like a calming sounds like the white noise or like the ocean in the background. You like the ocean in the background, Isaiah? Yeah, those are nice. But another thing too you can do is use a rocking chair. So I know that when he was younger, you kind of have to rock him to put him back to sleep. So maybe him sitting in a rocking chair, having that motion can help make him feel a bit more relaxed. Maybe it can make him fall asleep a little bit quicker. And then once he starts to fall asleep, you can kind of put him inside the bed, his own bed, and tuck him in with that weighted blanket, okay? Now, the last thing here that I wanted to discuss with you, Alina, any questions at all? No questions? Okay. You doing good, Isaiah? Very cool. The last thing here, as I know that he doesn't really socialize too much with like his cousins or his peers at school. One thing we can try to do here, we can have him try a compression vest during the activity. So he's gonna wear it. It's gonna feel a little bit tight, but it's gonna help him feel a little bit calm while he does it. You can easily do some like group classes. Or one thing you can actually do, maybe he can go to the park with his cousins, knowing that he's going to be on the swing, but maybe you can try to play on the playground with some of the other equipment before he gets to play with his cousins on the swing, to get him a little bit more involved there, okay? Any questions at all, Lena? No questions? All right, nice seeing you too. Bye, Isaiah. See you next time, buddy. High five. All right.